Well, can yogic breathing help stress-related digestive disorders? What if I told you that your bloating, indigestion, acid reflux, constipation, or even your IBS symptoms may not be starting in your digestive system at all? Well, what if the real problem begins with the stress? Think about it. Well, have you ever noticed that your digestion gets worse during periods of anxiety? You get overwhelmed when you're going through emotional tension or work pressure or maybe a major life changes. Well, many people spend years changing diets, removing foods, taking supplements and searching for the perfect digestive protocol. Yet they completely overlook one of the most powerful influences on your digestion, that is your breathing. Well, today I want to share how yogic breathing practices, which is also broadly known as pranayama, may help support stress related digestive disorders and why traditional yoga viewed digestion as much, you know, probably more than a physical process. Okay. Well, why stress disrupts your digestion? Let's begin with something very simple. Well, imagine you are walking through a forest and suddenly you encounter a danger, maybe a wild animal or some sort of danger, strikes you. Would your body prioritize digestion? Well, of course not. Your body is in a survival mode, it's in a fight and a flight mode. Your heart rate increases, your muscle tightens, your breathing becomes shallow, and your attention becomes focused on threat, right? You're not thinking about your digestion or your physiological or biological process. Now, here's a problem. Many people today are living in this stress response almost constantly, not because they faced some unknown situation, but because of deadlines, because of financial pressure, relationship stress, information overload, what we keep getting on our mobile phones and gadgets, and emotional tension and suppressed emotions that we have been carrying for so long. The body often responds in exactly the same way. And when the nervous system remains in a prolonged state of stress, your digestion often begins to suffer. This is why many people notice symptoms of indigestion, bloating, then irregular bowel movements, abdominal discomfort, and a lot of digestive flare-ups during stressful periods do happen, and we all have observed that. The question is, can we influence this process through our breathing? Because that's the most ignored part. A lot of people breathe, but they don't breathe as they should, right? I'm talking about a yogic breath. So let's explore that. Well, according to classical yoga, digestion is not only about food, it is all about energy. As we have studied in biology, that the food goes in your cell and then it gets converted into energy during the process of respiration. In yogic science, there is a concept called Samana Vayu or the Vayu. Saman is the force responsible for digestion, assimilation, absorption, and balance within your body. When Saman Vat functions efficiently, digestion is harmonious and balanced. When stress, tension, or imbalance disturb this force, digestive issues can arise. Yoga also identifies the navel region as Manipura chakra. As we teach in Kundalini Yoga, there are 7 different chakras, and the Manipura chakra is in your solar plexus, in your belly. Traditionally, this center is associated with transformation, vitality, and digestive power. Whether you interpret these ideas energetically or psychologically, the message is quite profound. Healthy digestion depends on more than what we eat. It also depends on the state of our mind or nervous system, and of course our internal balance a lot. And one of the fastest most beautiful ways to influence that balance is through breathing. Well, as I said, your digestion may not be a food problem. Well, hear that again. Your digestion may not be a food problem. Yes, that's right, because we focus a lot on the food all the time. What we should eat, what supplements, nutrients, we are calculating it so meticulously, but we are missing the most important link. Many people obsess over what they are eating, but they completely ignore how they are breathing. Of course, how they are living also matters. If your symptoms become worse during stress, anxiety, like sort of a situation when nervous system is not helping you and kind of you're in a flight and the fight mode, before changing your diet for the 10th time, Ask yourself, how am I breathing throughout the day? Because every breath is sending a message to your nervous system and to your cells, your tissues. And your nervous system is sending a message to your digestive system. So take care of your food, of course, but do utmost care of how you're breathing as well. Well, let's look into some of the practices for yogic breathing. The first and the foremost is the abdominal breathing. That's quite simple and anybody can do it. Place one hand on your chest and then place one hand on your abdomen. As you inhale gently through the nose, allow the abdomen to expand. Right? As you exhale, allow it to soften. Don't do any force, don't give any strain to your belly or to your breath, just slow, natural breathing. This breathing pattern encourages greater diaphragmatic movement. The diaphragm gently massages abdominal organs while helping shift the body toward a calmer and a more relaxed state. Even 2 to 5 minutes daily can begin creating a greater awareness how your body manages stress. And breathing is the most important thing actually. If you breathe slow, deep, even like 7-8 times in a day, you do it consciously, abdominal breathing, you can take a break in between, then you would find an immense change. The second practice is Nadi, Shodhana, Pranayama. And that's amazing as well. Alternate nostril breathing that we famously known as. This is one of the most prominent practices in the yogic tradition. Well, why? Because it helps balance the nervous system. It helps calm the mental agitation. And it promotes a sense of internal equilibrium. When the mind becomes calmer, the body follows. When the body becomes calmer, the digestion often functions more efficiently. Well, the beauty of Nadi Shodhana is that it is simple, accessible, and suitable for many people when practiced correctly. Although I would never advise you to start practicing watching any demonstration or video, you should definitely do all the yogic practices in the supervision and presence of an experienced yoga instructor or teacher. Well, one of the most overlooked causes of digestive problem is not food, it's chronic stress. And one of the most overlooked tools for managing stress is not medication, it's your breath. You carry this tool with you every moment of every day, but barely take care to fix it. The question is not whether you are breathing. Of course, we all breathe, that's why we are surviving. The question is, what is the quality of our breath? How do we breathe? And do we breathe in a way that supports healing or stress? Sometimes the first step towards better digestion is not another supplement or different kind of diets. It's learning how to breathe again can also fix at least 60 to 70% of your digestive issues. Let's move to the next practice, which is known as Bhramari, also known as the humming bee breath. A lot of people and a lot of students actually learn this, but they hardly practice in their routine life. But I would strongly encourage anybody who is watching this video to include this practice in your life because it has so many benefits. The humming bee breath is a gentle humming exhalation which creates a vibration throughout the body and it encourages the deep relaxation. Many yoga practitioners find it particularly useful during periods of anxiety or emotional overload and probably mental restlessness. And when the mind becomes quieter, the digestive system often benefits as well. Well, yogic breath is not simply about oxygen intake. It is a method of influencing the relationship between mind, energy, and physiology. In fact, breath acts as a bridge between mind and body. The yogic masters understood something thousands of years ago that modern research continues to explore today and still baffled. The breath connects everything. Your mind, your nervous system, your emotions, and your digestion. So if you are struggling with stress-related digestive issues, start breathing in a yogic way. Okay? Don't just ask, what should I eat? Also ask, like, how am I breathing? And ask with awareness and then start practicing with awareness as well. Because sometimes transformation begins with something as simple as a single conscious breath. I'm not going to say that it's going to happen in a day or two, because breathing is a habit as well, and the way you breathe is also a habit, but you can work on it. If you find this helpful, let me know in the comments what digestive challenges you're experiencing during stress or panic attacks, probably if it is extreme. And if you would like to learn more about yoga therapy, pranayama, traditional yogic approaches to healing, make sure to subscribe and join us for the future videos. Namaste.